Why do I have a bunch of villagers here? No reason at all.
I got big months on my pants and my turbulence. I got
Today I'm just going to show you 3 basic TNTs, cannons, and I'll show you basically afterwards I'm going to show you like the basics of the cannon so you can make your own variation if you want, if you don't like my way of making the cannons. So first I'm going to show you how to make the whiskey. It's 3 blocks, and then you place 3 blocks here, okay? And you place a block on the back, okay? You place 1 redstone, 1 block here, 1 block here, 1 block on top, and 1 redstone. Oh, no, fuck. 1 button. And yeah, this is the back of the cannon, and you place water here. Break this block, okay? Make sure the block you're breaking is not over here, not like with like the rest of the structure. Make sure the block's here, okay? You place a fence, place a block here, 2 blocks up, okay? 1 redstone, 1 block, 1 button, 1 redstone. And yeah, this is your whiskey. This is a whiskey cannon. Oh wow, there's a bunch of villagers here, okay? Wow, I'm gonna show you how to kill them. So, when you're in the back of the cannon, make sure not to block off the water, because first of all, it won't light, and second of all, you're blocking off the water, so you will explode your cannon if you place the TNT on the water. And also don't place the TNT here, because it won't light. So these 2 places, you don't place your TNT. On the front, make sure you don't place the TNT here, okay? On the level. So basically, anything on the level of the water, you can only place your TNT here, okay? And anywhere else, it will either explode or it won't shoot as well. And yeah, you can place the TNTs here. So it's like a T shape. See? And you can place the TNT besides the buttons, including the top. And that's where you can shoot the back of TNT. That villager's gone. And we're in the you see when that exploded, that didn't shoot anything, right? That's because that's not the purpose of this back of the cannon. The TNT that will explode it, let's say I just put 3, okay? And obviously more TNT you put on the back, the further or like the more powerful it will shoot. Okay? So when you're placing TNT in the front, make sure you don't place it here. You can place it besides the block that the redstone is on top of. And beside the redstone itself, and then you can just shoot the thing. So die. That did nothing. That was terrible. Yeah, this is the whiskey. Just a note about the whiskey. The whiskey is like the most versatile cannon. You'll probably most likely just use this instead of everything else. But obviously there are other cases where you want to use the other TNT. This is the most versatile cannon, in my opinion. Yeah, in most cases you probably use this. You can also put a pressure plate on here, so it blocks the water, and you don't accidentally place the block on top of over here. That's pretty good. So for all the cannons, when you press the buttons will change how far it goes. So let's just do a basic. I just have a whiskey here that I made before, okay? If I do it like super quickly, the TNT will explode faster. But if the same amount of TNT, right? If I take a long time to shoot it, the TNT will go way further. And because it'll take way longer for the TNT to explode. Yeah, that's just a quick note. Okay, the second cannon. There's a reason why I'm lower right now. So this cannon is called Anti-Sky. And it pretty much is what it sounds like. This purpose of this cannon is to explode whatever is on the sky. So this time, when you don't place 3, because like last time, you see you place 3 blocks. This time you only place 2, where the TNT will be, and you place a block in the back. Okay. So okay, what I usually do, I put 1 block on top of here for me to stand on. I place up 1 block on top on this part on the back. place one redstone, one block, okay? And then put a button. And then you do the same thing, one block, one redstone, one block on the front on the other side. And button on top, okay? Beside, in the front part, so this will be your front part, and this will be your back part, okay? In the front part, place a ladder, and place a water on the back. And that's your anti-sky. And one note to make is that don't place blocks beside the redstone, okay? Because if you do, you'll explode your cannon. Because if you see here, I'm gonna put water after so it won't explode. If you place blocks beside the redstone, it will light the TNT here. So, but yeah, yeah. On the back, it's fine. You can place whatever because you can go all the way up. But basically, you launch right side and then left side. You can make it all the way. As long just light the button on the back first, and then the button on the front. The back part launches the shooting TNT. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you got that. And obviously, you can adjust how much TNT you place, so it will shoot like less if you need. Yeah, so like, I guess if you're trying to hit there, it's fitted. It's pretty useful in boombox if you're trying to kill people under the platform. Let's say they have like people. This is not boombox, but let's say you have like a platform here. You can just be under in boombox and boom, shoot the under the thing. It's pretty good.
Know your Millie rockin', ayy. We don't have my comments talking about some Millie Bobby. Look, bring them jokes up to the game.
Okay, so let's say there's like a bunch of villagers here, okay? Wow, what do? All my cannons only shoot straight. If only there is like a cannon that shoots diagonally. So side cannon, basically, you break one block down. You place a fence to the left side. If you're trying to shoot the right side, place a fence on the left side. If you're trying to shoot to the left side, place the fence on the right side. Just the opposite way. And then you place a fence behind. And then diagonally behind, you place one block here and one block here. Okay? You stack up, place two blocks on the fence and on the block itself. Place two redstones, place two blocks on top of the redstone, place two buttons, place some water, and that's your side cannon. And then obviously you place it like that. So yeah, and same note as like the anti-sky and the whiskey, make sure not to block off the water with your TNT. Don't place the block on top of the fence over here, okay? Only on top. So always leave like a space here. And like click and light. That won't hit it, it will go too far. But yeah, that's how the side cannon works. So let's say there's like just a bunch of villagers there. They're all just falling. Why are you just... You guys are trying to escape me. Actually, I'll kill them. Watch this, okay? Bye. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, yeah, that's the side cannon. Okay, let's say you hate the cannons I made, okay? These dumbass cannons are so bad of curses. Your cannons suck. I want to make my own cannon. Well, okay, sure, you can make your own cannon. There's just some important things you should note when you're trying to make your own cannon. So, most cannons, they have a single redstone instead. The single redstone will light the block, the TNT that the block is next to, and the redstone itself. So, it will light both of them. But like, if it's connected, suddenly it doesn't light the redstone beside the TNT doesn't light from the connector. You get what I mean. One interesting thing about the single redstone is that any blocks beside the single redstone, it will light. Even if I put the button here, okay? Okay? If I light this, the blocks, any blocks beside a single redstone will light. This is in terms of buttons. The buttons light anything beside it, but it will not light the corners beside the buttons. In terms of redstone, not blocks or TNT, it'll light anything beside it, including the back. This gets connected, but it does light the back. These are all single redstones, right? That means any blocks beside the single redstone will light. Yeah. So all of this will light. Wait, can I? Okay, I won't go that far. All of this will light. And why? Well, this is a single redstone. This is also a single redstone. This is a single redstone. This is a single redstone. These will light because these blocks are beside the single redstone. In terms of vertically, the button will only light the redstone block on the bottom, or not block, redstone on the bottom, and the redstone the block is on top of. So it will only light these two. Anything on top, the redstone will not light. When you apply these principles, you'll see why the whiskey works. So why can the button light all of these? Well, you see there's a single redstone, and anything beside the single redstone, any block that the single redstone on top will light, anything beside the single redstone will light, any blocks beside the single redstone will light, and yeah, that's where the redstone itself will light. Why it can light this button is beside these two redstones, and on top, the buttons on top, it will also light that. And we see here, you remember, the button lights the redstone on top and the bottom. And obviously, since this single redstone lights up, any TNT beside this block will light as well. So that's why all of this lights up. Second thing to note, so from the front of the cannon, where the block lands on is actually super important. When you saw the anti-sky, you noticed that I used a ladder instead of the fence. Like when I used the whiskey, I had a fence on the bottom, right? But for the anti-sky, I didn't have a fence. I used a ladder. Do you know why we use a ladder? Let's say I use a fence, right? We saw how far this fence goes. Okay. Wow, it went pretty far back. What if I use a ladder? Also remember, oh yeah. What if I use a ladder instead? It goes straight up. It went up, really? Basically, like, the ladder is used to, like, make your cannon shoot more higher, on a higher angle. While if you're using a fence, it will go on a lower, it will go more straight. Another thing to note, you can also use a slab, but when you use a slab, the power of your cannon decreases, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because if you're trying to, like, I guess you're trying to hit a person here and use like the same amount of TNT using a fence, it will go way further. If you're using a slab, make sure the slab is on the level of the water, or else it probably won't work for its intended purposes, the same level. But if you're using a fence, you would do one block down under the level of the water for its intended purposes. For a ladder, you can actually use two ladders to make it go even higher up. Oops, I did not. Whatever. To make it go even higher up. You can see. But most people just use one ladder, and it works fine. If you want to test out whatever random TNT creation that you think might work, or you just want to like mess around with like the redstones and the waters and everything, and see if you can make some new types of cannon, because honestly, I kind of want to see any new cannons. It would be pretty cool. There's like many innovations already, but if you want to try to make your own, just do /private on Overcast. It will do requesting private server. It'll probably take a while, but it'll probably take like a few minutes, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter. Depends. I don't know. And once it works, it will like send you to it will send you to a private server, and it won't automatically always, but if it automatically sent me this time, but there should be something in chat that will say it will pop up. If you want to cycle to certain maps, you do /cycle -F0. Okay. -F0 basically means it forces the game to end quickly. And when you cycle, you write into a map that you want. Let's say you want factual. Do that. You'll go into a random. You'll go to the specific map that you want instantly. Do /start0, and it will automatically start the game, so you don't have to like do it instantly every time. And you can also give yourself creative on a private server. So yeah, you basically have op, and you can just try to test out whatever cannon you want on a private server. And that's one for you. But yeah, that's my redstone. That's my TNT cannon tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.
I had a little low, yeah. I had to cut a bill off, yeah. But if we be real.